Senator Andrew Okia Omtatah. You're not the only voice, because you are a voice that, just like Elijah Mwangale, the stone, it is your work to tell the stone. Whether the stone wants to listen, it is up to the stone. But you're not the only voice on this particular matter, especially on the recommendations that have been made by the Committee on Finance. I think I'm with you. I will not say that I support the recommendations that have been made by the Committee on Finance. More specifically, because I see them as a tap on the list of the government. They are just very moderate in terms of the recommendations that have been made on such a serious breach of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. They never want to go for the jugular. They don't want to say, and as it is, Honorable Speaker, so therefore, Honorable Omtatah, feel encouraged. It feels good to do the right thing. We have always been hand-tied in the past, and you know. But we feel good. If this is how you've been feeling for the time that you've been speaking freely, we feel very good that you are now able to speak very freely without any baggage of being threatened by anybody, that if you say this, this will happen. If you don't say this, that will happen. So we are now able to speak very freely. Honorable Speaker, we are staring at an extremely difficult and an extremely dangerous situation as a country, Honorable Speaker. And in fact, what we are staring at is a threat on the sovereignty of the Republic of Kenya. Because, Honorable Speaker, when our debt has grown to 11.2 trillion, regardless of the route, as has been spoken about by Senator Omtatah, regardless of the route that you've used to arrive to 11.02 trillion of our national debt, Honorable Speaker, and looking at the amount of money that we as a country are expected to pay to service our debt, then it tells you that the sovereignty of this republic is actually at very, very great risk. And the actions that have been made, and the actions that have been, the very deliberate actions that have been taken and steps that have been taken by the William Ruto administration, Honorable Speaker, they are putting this country in a hole that it will be extremely difficult for us to get out of this particular hole, Honorable Speaker. And let me say this, looking at all the recommendations and all the submissions that have been made by every person who actually, I've seen that there were like 7 or so bodies that gave the recommendations on this particular report, Honorable Speaker. None of them has rounded President William Ruto, because every one of us, including the members of that particular committee, they know that we are actually, or the country is not on the right trajectory. If by June 2025, Honorable Speaker, which is this year, by June of this year, our public public debt service will be at standing at 1.95 trillion. That will be almost half of the national budget, Honorable Speaker. Because if our budget for the next year will be standing at 4 trillion, Honorable Speaker, and we are spending 1.95 on our on servicing our national debt, Honorable Speaker, it tells you that for almost every 1 shilling that is collected, half of that money will be used for loans, Honorable Speaker. And Senator Omtatah has told you that, especially for the external loans that we get, they are meant, or they are supposed to go